Okay, our Algebra 2, Chapter 8.1 through 8.3 practice test. Here's our second page. Take a look at the top of this screen up here. You can see more or less we've got exponential growth, we've got exponential decay, and what you're going to see is A is going to be your starting value. That's something that we're going to be using continually. For growth, you're going to see that you're going to have this model. A model, by the way, is an equation, not just a value. It's not like a numeric value. You're going to have an equation like y equals some number. You're going to have a t raised up there. It was like our part A of our 8.3 worksheet 1 problems, where we're getting the general equation. For decay, very, very similar situation. You're going to see that r is going to be subtracted from 1 minus r. R is always going to be a yearly rate of either increase or decrease. A is always a starting value. So when we look at 4a, we know that we're dealing with increasing. We know that we're starting with 1,000. And we know that our r is going to be 3%, literally means divide by 100. So what you can do very, very quickly is just type that in. 3 divided by 100 is a safety net. I think we all know it's going to be 0.03. So what you do, plain and simply, because you have growth, you're going to have a times 1 plus r to the t. This is going to be 1,000. And we're going to have 1 plus 0.03 all raised up to the t power. Now in the past, we'd actually plug in a specific t also, like after 5 years, how much would this coin be worth? That's where we'd let t equal 5. But for a model, even though this is a 3% each year, it's not like we're going to let t equal 1. This is just a general model. The r is always a rate of a percent for each individual year. So we're going to get this basic equation. We're going to have y equals 1,000, 1.03 to the t. If we take a look at b, you can see that we're decaying, we're decreasing. You'll know immediately that you'll have y is equal to a times 1 minus r to the t. Again, we're trying to get a model. We're going to have a t in our final answer for a generic time. Our starting value is 600 for this phone. And our r, well, it's going to be 20 divided by 100. And 20 divided by 100, we can quickly find out, is 0.20. You can definitely move your decimal two spaces to the right. But what do we do here? We just write in 600. And then we'll have 1 minus 0.20. Bump that up to the t. 1 minus 0.20, however, is going to be 80 or 0.80. So we'll have 600, and this is 0.80 to the t. And that's all you have to do. All right, so for our last ones, we're trying to get an equation, y equals a times b to the x. That's a general exponential function. Tell you what, we're going to use our statistics button to help us out. Press Stat, go to Edit, and I'm going to clear out my list. I'll go to the top, press Clear. Come over here, go to the top, press Clear. And your x's, well, you'll have an x value of 3, hit Enter. X value of 1, hit Enter. You'll have a y value of 108, hit Enter. 12. So what you're seeing is, just as you did on the first page, you can have an XY chart, an XY table, and we're just putting that in here. But now we're going to work backwards. We're going to do regression. We're going to have a table, but we'd like to get an equation that would generate that table. So we'll hit Stat, we'll go to Calculate, and then we're going to come all the way down to number 0, really number 10. Hit Enter for exponential regression. Hit Enter a whole bunch of times real quickly. You'll get A is equal to 4, B is equal to 3. Now, to write your answer, though, you should say y is equal to 4 times 3 to the x, and then you're done. Last, for letter B, we're just going to go back, stat, edit. We're going to go up to the top, clear these things out. And then what? We can come back down here. Our x values are 4 and 1. Our y values will be 512 and 8. You can double check. You have 4, 512, 1, 8. All you have to do is hit stat, calculate, bring it down to number 10, exponential regression. You're going to have to hit enter like 5 or 6 times real quick. This time you'll get a is equal to 2, b is equal to 4. That's not your answer, though. You write y is equal to 2 times 4 to the x, because it's a times b to the x. And then we're done.